let me introduce you to Sean Lawrence. Sean is the Director of Product at the Meet Group, and he's going to have talk to us about how the Meet Group made video fun with gamification. Of course, the Meet Group has done tremendously well over the last several years, introduced one-to-many video and gamified it. It's entertaining, it's interesting, it's fun. So how to make one-to-many video fun. Sean is one of the people behind rolling out video at the Meet Group. He leads video monetization and gamification for the Meet Group's mobile apps, and he is deep into game design and video. He'll tell us, he'll help us get a better sense of how to get video right and how it might evolve.
All right, hello, thank you, Mark. Sean Lawrence here. Going to be taking you through a little bit different than what Dr. Pepper took us through with the science of dating. This will be more with gamification and kind of how we took, a streamer and an audience and decided to put them together and make that experience fun with some gamification aspects. One thing to note, my background is primarily in mobile gaming before I joined the Meet Group about 4 years ago. I was working on games for Marvel, for the Hobbit games, the Godfather games, a lot of these intellectual property kind of very hardcore games where people kind of join for a gamified experience. One thing that is both tricky and fun is to take people that are not necessarily there for a gamified experience and sprinkle in gamification here and there where we can, and try to make it fun first and foremost, but not overly gamified, not overly a chore, and try to just keep people still doing what they do with just small bits of gamification here and there to enhance their experience, help people make connections, help people meet each other a little bit more freely. So there's a few gamification ideals that I kind of take into consideration when we're iterating a product or we're evolving a product. There's kind of 6 that I kind of look to as far as am I checking all the boxes while I'm making this feature? The first and foremost one is comprehension, right? You have users here that are not necessarily well versed in gaming or gamified experience. Maybe they've done rewards points on an app before, but they're not used to some of the loops that someone in the mobile gaming world would be exposed to in the past. So the first and foremost is comprehension, right? Does the user understand the feature that we're putting in front of them? Is it easy to discover? Is it easier to understand? Is it easy to use? Is it easy to get engaged on? The second one is joy, right? Gamification doesn't always have to be about tangible rewards. It can just be about joy. Is it sparking joy? Is it making me smile? I'll share a slide deck in a little bit, taking you through some of the features and how they have evolved with the Meet Group's live video product. And I think one of the key things is we want to spark joy in different ways. Whether it's surprise or celebrating something with a fun animation, or giving the user something fun that they can kind of interact with. And then in a gamified experience, you do want people to come back and use it again. Right? That's kind of why you're gamifying it. You want them to take an action and do it over and over again. So does the feature motivate me? Is this something that I am motivated to use, and I want to go back, and I'm excited to kind of go back and do this action that we're asking them to take. Achievement is another one. You do want them to get a sense of accomplishment after they do achieve something. I'll use a real world example. Right before Mark asked me to speak here, I was going through and potty training my 2-year-old son. So we had a nice star chart, and we were giving him stars for it. And my wife said, okay, after 10 potties, you get 10 stars and you get a toy. It wasn't properly motivating him. It took him 3 days to get his first set of stars. So I, told my wife, I said, hold my diet soda. I do this for a living. Let's figure this out. We decided to, drop it down to 5, give him 1 after every day, keep him kind of motivated and on the path to keep wanting to finally get potting trained. Won't go into too many details, but it seems like it's a success so far. So always celebrating their achievements and making them want to continue achieving what they are achieving. Another really important thing on kind of the one-to-many video model is cooperation. We want the viewers to be immersed with the streamer. They want them to connect with the streamer. They want them to feel like they are a part of that streamer's world and that streamer's life and that streamer's experience. So does it make me feel like a team? Am I accomplishing something with the streamer or with the other viewers of the stream that I'm watching? That's very important. And then something down the road a little bit, something you always want to think of is, does this feature challenge you? As people move up to become super users and they are more and more versed in the app and they're more and more immersed in it, does it challenge me enough to continue interacting with it? Am I getting enough rewards? And am I just challenged to take some more steps and try a little bit harder to get the next set of rewards that are kind of placed in front of me? So whenever I am thinking about a new gamification feature, especially in live video, there's other certain things that we want to keep in mind, kind of a best practice. You want to create an open-ended experience first and foremost. Users are very creative. There's tens of thousands of streamers on our apps. They all will take a product and use it in a different way, and that's what we want. We don't want to force them into one repeatable experience over and over again that can become stale over time. You want to allow them to use their creativity to their advantage, and you want to give them tools to make their streams more entertaining. It's also important to give the viewers tools to better interact with the streamer as well, and kind of find out what your core hook is. Our core hook here is the streamers. They are the stars of our live product. Can't say enough about how creative and how great they are. So you do want to make sure that you allow them to innovate. You kind of nurture that creativity and you give them tools to do that. The last really important thing is making things overly configurable, right? You don't want your feature to become stale over time again. So you need to make sure that you can configure different ways that they can interact with it to make the content not seem stale and seem just a little bit more exciting, and you can change it from one point to the next. So once you have this feature live, now what? We've created this feature that we're keeping in mind. It's kind of open-ended, and I'll go through an example in a slide deck with some of the features we have created. The first thing you want to do primarily is observe. Observe how are they interacting with the feature. What cohorts are using the feature and which ones aren't? Are males using the feature but females aren't? And you also want to check in on how your most engaging streamers are using the feature, because that could drive your roadmap for how this feature could evolve over time. Another important thing is your top monetizers too, the streamers making the most money and the users actually spending the most money on animated GIFs and live video. And we'll go over the gifting model in a little bit. But you want to spend some time to understand how they have decided to use this feature, so that will better help you make decisions in the future on how the feature evolves. After you've observed, you need to be able to react. Are users discovering a specific way to use the feature? Is a certain configuration used more than others? That should be, now the primary baseline for the feature. And one thing I did learn in my time in mobile gaming is quantitative data is great, qualitative data is equally great. You could get users writing in saying, hey, we don't like this feature. You look it up online and they're not spending any time in the app anyways. They're not spending any money in the app. Does their feedback matter? You could take that with a grain of salt, but there may be, a couple users that write in with some really good points, and they are super users. You want to be able to kind of use their voice to your advantage and really shape the product in a way that your super users are going to want to use it. So you have to listen to the feedback along with what the data is saying, and never only rely on one source of data there, quantitative versus qualitative. And really nurturing the user's creativity is the most important thing to kind of track and innovate and improve the feature every step of the way. With that, I did want to spend a little bit of time. I feel like I could talk for a while, but I wanted to kind of show you the product. We have some mock-ups here, so I'm going to clumsily share my screen. And hopefully this will allow me to do so. Let's find out, and we'll share that. Hopefully you can see my screen on here. I can see it, so I will keep going. So gifting is the core monetization feature in our video product, right? So we have animated GIFs in a gift tray here, as you can see. viewers will reward the streamer, show the streamer that they like them, to really try to develop a connection with them by sending these animated GIFs that are interactive, appear on screen with some great animations, and we'll see some examples of those in a little bit. So the viewers send animated GIFs to streamers, and the viewers can send either free GIFs, which we offer, or paid GIFs if they do want a little bit of a longer animation, a more dynamic animation. Streamers then earn diamonds for these GIFs. If you're not familiar with kind of the live video model, these diamonds can be converted to currency to send more GIFs to users, or they can actually cash them out. And we use Lottie animations for all of our animations in our apps, and they're a lot of fun to work with. Not overly dramatic, but very cartoony and very fun, keeping it simple for our users. So GIFs. We have tons of GIFs, lots of romantic GIFs that kind of feature, the core dating use case. Some of our streamers have become the stars of GIFs. Lots of imaginative castles and vehicles and things like that. So here's just an idea of some of the GIFs we have, where we can, send them a Valentine's card with a cute message inside. Castles are one of the main monetizers. It's kind of a large taking over the screen experience with audio. And then some that kind of make you feel like you're at a dinner date with the streamer, where we place a table in front of you and you are having a nice dinner date with the streamer. So we have over 500 GIFs in our ever-growing catalog. We do a couple new ones a week. We have an amazing animation team, and our users write in saying that the animations are one of their favorite parts of the live video experience. So we've created this system of showing animated GIFs on stream. What do we do with it now? So we do have some. Our first idea was a random gift. This is a gift with an animation that will just change randomly or at a defined percent chance. So something like a magic 8-ball that randomly shakes and then gives you one of 8 answers at random is a fun tool for the streamers to use, interact with their audiences, say, hey, someone send me a magic 8-ball, I have a question, that sort of a thing. So most of these GIFs are released as surprises. So part of the sparking joy piece, we want users to be able to discover things that are fun in the app. Discovering variations of certain GIFs that we don't promote is fun for the users. Anytime there's a new gift, users will likely send quite a few of them to see if there's a little Easter egg there. Easter egg is kind of a hidden piece of content that we don't promote to the users, but they have to kind of discover it on their own. So streamers use these GIFs for fun challenges. We have dice rolls, coin flips, all kinds of different things so they can kind of have some fun with the stream and make the stream their own. Our biggest monetizer, and the one piece I did bring directly over from the gaming world, is mystery wheels and gacha style games. It goes back from the old Japanese coin operated machines, where you put a coin in, turn it, and then a random toy pops out. That's basically what this is doing here. We have a couple types of mystery games. One of them is just a wheel that will spin. And we have really fun animations. This is the one we just released on our app last week. It is a summer wheel. And then we also have mystery games, where it's less of a wheel type experience, but it's something like a love tester that will send you a random gift based on the where the love tester lands. So kind of an old coin op inspired game there. Both styles use the same engine underneath the hood, but we're able to create kind of fun animations that go on top of that. The game mechanics on the back end for the streamer to play. So getting into a little bit of math here, I apologize, it may be early for some of you, but mystery game mechanics, this is kind of the back end of how our mystery game works. It's, like I said, again, it's one of our top monetizers within our live product. Basically, they will always get the value back of the gift they send. There's no gambling involved. There's just a chance to get some bonus diamonds. So this is kind of how we would set up an example mystery wheel. And this is how we kind of do the math on the back end. One thing I will say, gamification isn't always fun. There's sometimes math involved. But for example, here we have a heart gift and a smile gift, and we set different drop rate percentage chances that this will drop when a gift is sent. So the heart gift is at 50%, smile gift is at 50%, but they have different diamond amounts. We multiply the diamond amount by the percentage, and we get kind of an estimated value. So each time they send a gift worth 100 diamonds, they are estimated to get 125 back. So users will then see an average of a 25% bonus by setting the wheel. Anytime there's a bonus anything, there's some fanfare. So you can see why it's one of our top monetizers, because they are getting something extra. And then switching gears here to kind of how we evolved our single stream video, we decided let's combine two audiences together and see what they could do. So that is our battles feature. It's going to combine two audiences in a fully immersive live experience. You can see the other audience's chat. You can interact with the streamer. The viewers can chat with each other. And it's basically a 3-minute battle to see who can get the most gifts, and in this case, diamonds. So this allows the streamers to interact. We set up battle royale tournaments where users are kind of gamified in a tournament bracket experience that we put on a couple times a year, so that users can really compete with one another to determine who is the #1 battler on the entire app. They're highly engaging streams that usually set records for most number of views in that stream. So battles are a lot of fun. It's kind of a way that we've made this just single screen video evolve into something a little bit more. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on is contests. So we have these battles that are kind of 3 minutes long to see who can get the most diamonds. What if we extended that a little bit longer and made it so that any diamond that you get over a period of time, say 2, 3, 4 days, is a contest. So we'll pit our streamers together. We'll set up these automated contests that automatically move them up a leaderboard. Nothing sparks joy more than moving up in a leaderboard and seeing your accomplishment, going from 10th place to 9th place and having an animation on screen to kind of showcase that for you. Our top 500 places too are surfaced in the stream. So even if you're not in one of the big prizes, the top 10, you can still utilize that number to try to motivate your gifters to send gifts to get you up into a higher place. So even though you may not be winning one of the prizes, which could either be cash, branded merchandise, etc., you still have something to kind of utilize to your advantage to attempt to get viewers to get more engaged with your stream and send you more animated gifts. Lastly, we thought, okay, contests are great. How can we do this without spending a lot of money, but still, giving out a lot of money, but still giving users something that they covet? So our thought was top spot contest. So this is something that we created, giving all the users one of the most coveted items in all of video, which is the #1 spot. When you open up the live video tab in our app, you will be pinned to that top spot, as we call it. One of those things that kind of evolves over time as our users create names for things that they use in app, and then we can key off that and then utilize that to call our feature that in the future. So everyone would said, hey, who's in trending? Am I in the top spot yet? So we kind of piggybacked on that and said, okay, let's create a top spot contest. So we give people, when they are in the lead for this contest, the #1 spot in trending, the spotlights are animated on them. They are the star. They are what everyone sees the second that they log into live video. So it's a tremendous driver in engagement, trying to get your favorite streamer to get the most diamonds so that they are pinned to the top during these contests. It's been a huge engagement driver for all the apps that currently have it on. So something that is really, really driven revenue without a lot of cost to us, of course.